I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you are a young man, 18 to 30, who wants to not just live an average social life, but one out of a movie. We've come to the right place because I'm about to take you from cooked to social as fuck within 3 steps. And no, the answer is not just to join a club or just to be yourself. Because I know that you've already tried that. I know that I did. Let me tell you a story really fast. Whenever I was 22, I was moving back home from college into my hometown. I've been at home for like a week or so, and the room starts spinning. My heart starts beating really freaking fast, like way faster than normal. My breath, it's like I can't catch it. It's an anxiety attack, the third one. I started having anxiety attacks frequently when I moved back home because there was no one around me. I'm realizing as I'm becoming more of an adult that for a long time I've had a fear of being alone. But on the other hand, it was really easy for me to self-isolate. Instead of going out, meeting new people in my hometown now that I didn't have school or a job, I would binge Netflix instead. Because I didn't want to tell people that I was lonely. I didn't want to tell people I needed friends. I didn't want to go outside. It seemed like too much work. And this was insane to me. This was such a change because I was really outgoing in college. I had a lot of friends. I dated plenty of girls. I threw parties. Now that I'm back home in the trauma house, it's like something had shifted in me. I went out to a local bar that next night, which I had to hype myself up for. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna be so social. I'm gonna make so many friends. And I walk in the bar, I order a beer, and I sit down at the table for 6 minutes while I drink it, and then I leave. And I'm walking out of the bar after that lonely 6 minutes, and I'm thinking, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this new closed off person that I've become? But this finally changed for me whenever I realized one thing, and I just completely switched to this honest mode of being, where I didn't care if people liked me anymore. I didn't care if I was rude. I didn't care how I came off. I was just going to say what the fuck was on my mind. And the first night after this change happened, and I went out and I met this guy who had a much more impressive mustache than me. But he seemed like a cool guy, so I talked to him for a while, and I straight up told him, hey, bro, I just moved back to town. I'm looking to make friends, the kind of homies that have each other's back all the time, the kind of homies that go out and do fun shit, that absolutely embarrass themselves in front of girls. Real friendships. Do you want to be my friend? And bro was kind of taken aback. He was like, oh shit, what? Oh, damn, no one's asked me straight up before. Sure, man, yeah. And Michael was the first friend that I made moving back home. And after this one time, everything dominoed, everything changed. It became easier and easier and easier for me to make friends and just be this outgoing version of myself with the people around me. Again, finally. In the hardest of places to do it, my hometown. Because the reality is, bro, you can go out. You can join a club. You can be your most quote-unquote authentic self. But if you don't nail this one thing, it won't work. Bro, I tried for months on end, and it led me to be the most anxious and depressed version of myself. If it already feels like you're putting so much effort into conversations, into talking to girls, and putting yourself out there, and it's going nowhere, it's not because you don't know the top 7 social hacks. It's because of something much deeper that you just haven't addressed yet. Let's talk about it. If you don't already know me, my name is Luke. You found a gang of young men no longer settling for the monotony and depression of living a life with average social skills. If you want to see more content in your feed from an unconventional small YouTuber, you can hit subscribe right now. Fact is, you aren't getting your needs met, bro. And huge Grenoble certified truth of life, it's your fault. But this is good news because it means that you can change it. If you've ever grown up as a nice guy, as someone who doesn't want to bother people, who always wants to help people, who doesn't want to seem needy, you're doing it wrong. And I know this because this was exactly me for years, bro. This was me when I went out to the bars. I didn't want to bother people who seemed like they already formed these social groups. They were already laughing with their friends. I didn't want to just go up and bother them. I thought, oh, I don't want to seem lonely or beta or needy. But reality check, everyone has needs, bro. Every single person. Why would you be any different? And I'm looking right at my younger self when I say this, bro. We all need to have friends. We all need some form of love in our life, some deep connection, some physical touch. We crave it. But right now, because of a childhood where you grew up in a negative environment, where you felt like you were constantly being judged, you have accepted a belief that is false. You likely believe that it's wrong to have needs. And so you think the only way that you could get your needs met is if you appear to not have needs at all. Mark Manson talks about this a lot in Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. So does the psychiatrist Robert Glover. And what these people who've specialized in relationships have found out is that whenever you have this dynamic in life, you start to use these things called covert contracts, which is kind of like a mental deal that you sign with another person where you say, I'm going to give you this thing if you give me this thing, and we're both going to pretend as if we don't know it's happening. And this is exactly why I felt like I couldn't be honest with the people in the bar, and it's exactly the thing that ruined all of my long-term relationships. A big example of this is I would say I love you to hear I love you back, not when I really meant it. Think about how fucked that is for a moment. Using these kind of covert contracts made me manipulative, controlling, and I didn't even realize it. I thought that's just how relationships worked. But think about this for a second, bro. What if instead I was just to say, hey, I want you to tell me that you love me? Does that sound wrong, needy, weak? Hell no. That's respectable as fuck. When you switch your thinking to believe that your needs are okay and people genuinely want to help you meet them, everything changes for you, bro. 1, you get what you actually need, making you less needy. 2, you get to give more to other people without expectation. And 3, it simply makes you more attractive because you become more bold, more honest. Your big mental takeaway is to put your needs first and ask for them in direct ways. Do this by genuinely believing that people want to help you meet your needs. If you want to do exactly what I did, I stuck a sticky note on my wall and I read it out loud every single day that said, people want to help me meet my needs. Do that for a month, say it with some emotion, and you genuinely are going to start to believe it. With that in mind, we can go to the exact steps that are going to take you from cooked to social as fuck. Step 1 is next level self-care. Whatever you do now, do more. Take it up a notch. Buy a new cologne, get a new set of clothes, get a haircut, pluck your eyebrows. Whatever it is, bro, it doesn't matter. The point is you are making a physical change to 1, show that you care about yourself. You put your needs first now. 2, to show yourself you are different now. You're not going to get caught up in the same old habits and actions that you used to do because you're simply just a different person. My personal favorite is when I feel like I want to enter a new phase of life, I'll get a haircut that I've never had before. If you want to do that, simply look for celebrities who have a similar hair texture and face shape to you, and then just steal what they did. I basically just stolen haircuts from Harry Styles and Johnny Depp over the years. And whatever change you want to make, this isn't something you're doing later. This is something you're doing right now after this video. This is your action step, bro. So go ahead and leave a comment right now about what you're going to do to level up your self-care. Because when you do that, you not only inspire me and other men, but the gang can hold you accountable. Step 2 is turn social mode on. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you, bro. You're walking to work, to class, in a haze. You have your earbuds on, you're not really talking to anyone. You're avoiding eye contact, looking down at the floor, only ever speaking to someone whenever you actually get to where you're going. Not anymore. That's just not something you do. Every time that you leave your place, social mode is on. What I mean by this is you look yourself in the mirror. Right before you leave, before you open the door to the outside world, you tell yourself, aloud or in your mind, social mode on. And as soon as you walk out that door, you fucking act like it. You make eye contact with every single person around you. You smile. You say hi to a few people. And everywhere you go where there's an opportunity to speak to people, you just do it. Because social mode is on. Because you're not that same guy that you were before you watched this video. You are now a social celebrity in training. It's just the kind of thing you do now. Now you're never awkward whenever you first show up to a place and you try and talk to people, whether it's a party, whether it's class, work, because you've socially warmed up on the way there. There's no hard switch anymore between social you and the you that has his earbuds in looking at the ground. You do this enough times and you start to realize that if you tell yourself that you're a different person, and then you take the action to prove yourself right, you just become him. And there are going to be these demons that keep coming at you, telling you shouldn't go talk to that person, you shouldn't make eye contact. Ignore every single excuse that you have. If you want to go talk to a person, do it, because you're putting your needs first now. And every single person has the power to not have a conversation. You're not interrupting them. You're giving them an opportunity. The best tip that I can give you for talking to people you don't know, girls, strangers, is think of the very first line and nothing else. You don't need to plan out a whole conversation, bro. Your brain will naturally come up with it and it'll go just fine. You're going to think it goes bad because of negativity bias, but really it probably is going to go not too bad. And then after doing it a few times, you get more comfortable with it. Your conversations are going to start to go pretty good and then really good. But for your one line, just give honest context. Hey, you look like someone I'd be friends with. Easy. Easy freaking peasy, bro. Once you have followed step 2, congratulations. You are now a part of your local community. Living your life on social mode, you're going to feel the difference immediately in how connected you are with the people around you. Step 3 is create an event. Plan something that you want to do. And it can be anything, bro. Going to the movies, roller skating, going on a hike. Plan exactly when and where it's going to happen and all the logistics to get there. And then lastly, make an invitation. I like silly over the top ones. But the fact is you are going. no matter what, and you are going to have a fantastic time no matter who shows up. Next, invite people. Now that you're talking to the people around you, now that you're getting to know your community, every single time that you vibe well with someone, just say, hey, we got this thing going on. A bunch of us are going to go skating on Saturday. I'm gonna bring hella snacks. Do you wanna pop up? What's probably gonna happen is you're gonna invite like 10 to 15 people and maybe 2 to 4 of them are gonna show up. But these are the guys who are social and available and you vibe with. These are the people you're gonna continue to invest in and do more and more cool shit with. But you keep talking to people everywhere you go, you keep creating these events, and more people are going to start to show up gradually. And then more and more people get to know you, and the more people get to know you, the more people feel close to you, the more they're going to reflect back to you the fact that you are a social, outgoing guy now. No matter what your past has been, you're different now. Maybe you were like me and you just fell into a rut, or maybe you've never been social like that before. Doesn't matter, because you are now. And it's because you now put your needs first that you have people around you all the time, that you have homies blowing up your phone, that you have more attraction from girls around you just because you're now this fun, valuable guy to be around. Just imagine what that's going to be like for a second. I'm not telling you the steps will be easy. I am telling you they're going to be worth it. I cannot wait for you to experience that, bro. You can like or save this video if you want my dodgy mustache to show up in your feed some more, and there's a mysterious link in the description. You can check that out. Goodbye.